Hello everybody. In the previous video I showed you the Basilica. Today we're going to visit the lower floors of the St. Joseph Oratory in Montreal. But first I want to show you the Angels Unaware sculpture created by Timothy P. Schmaltz, an artist from Ontario. The original sculpture was installed in St. Peter's Square in Rome in 2019, and this replica was installed at the Oratory in 2022. The sculpture shows every human being's duty of solidarity with immigrants. You can see on the boat children, women, and men of different origins and periods, and they can be distinguished by the different clothes and hairstyles and accessories. And at the center you can see the wings of an angel, because every time you help an immigrant or someone that's in need, you have been helping an angel. Now we get to the 5th floor, which is just below the Basilica. Here you can find a little museum of nativity sets that come from all over the world. There are more than 1,000 nativity sets from all the continents and more than 100 countries. There's also a little store where you can buy souvenirs from the Oratory. Now we're going to the 3rd floor of the Oratory. Here you'll find the panoramic view of the city. It's one of the best places to watch the sunset in the city. And you also find the Lost Steps room and the entrance to the Way of the Cross, which I've shown in one of my previous videos. So now we're going up the stairs to the Exposition of Saint André of Montreal. Here you can see a timeline of the life of Saint André. Saint André was born in 1845. His father died when he was 9, and his mother died when he was 12. He then went to a foster family who enrolled him in school, but since he wasn't doing too well in school, his foster family decided to send him to be trained as a laborer. But he was very fragile, small, and physically not able to sustain hard labor. So he decided to enter religious life. In religious life, he was assigned to be a porter at College Notre Dame, which is in front of the Oratory. There he tended to the sick with a special devotion to the intercession of Saint Joseph. That is why he eventually became known as the Porter of God. Now we get to the Peace Rooms of Brother André. A peace room is a room that aims to reproduce the atmosphere and the decor of a certain place in the past. Everything you see in these rooms, the walls, the floor, the doors, the windows, everything is authentic. And by that I mean that it's original, because it was taken from its original place, restored, and then adapted to fit in these rooms. There are 3 rooms: the hospital room where he passed away, the room where he used to work at the Oratory, and the room where he used to work at the Notre Dame College. Right next to the peace rooms, you can see the relic of the heart of Saint André. Following his death, his heart was placed here, in this alcove protected by a pair of iron doors, and his body was placed in a tomb on the 2nd floor, which we are going to visit next. His heart has been exposed here since 1939, but the relic with the heart was stolen in 1973. The thieves asked for a ransom, but the Oratory refused to pay, and the heart was found 21 months later. It is a unique place where you can sit in front of the heart of Saint. we get to the Votive Chapel. The Votive Chapel is entirely dedicated to Saint Joseph. Inside the Votive Chapel there are 10,000 candles which can be turned on when someone is asking for a favor or prayer was a way of thanksgiving. You can find 8 low relief sculptures that illustrate some way Saint Joseph can intercede for people. Here you can see hundreds and hundreds of wooden crutches, which are what's called ex voto, which is a Latin word that means after a wish or from the vow made. So it's basically an object that is placed as a way of thanking God and Saint Joseph for favors received. Each one of these crutches represents someone that was healed, and that is why it is called the Votive Chapel, the chapel of the ex votos. This is the statue of Saint Joseph, which was built and placed here in 1952. It is surrounded by a fountain on the top, and there's a row of stairs on each side that lets people go up and pray. This is one of the low relief altars dedicated to Saint Joseph. This one's Saint Joseph, patron of the dying. Now we are going to the tomb of Saint André of Montreal. The tomb was first located in the crypt and then was moved here, behind the Votive Chapel. It is a small room shaped as a semicircle. On the wall you can see there's a small bronze bust of Saint André. Here you see his tomb built with black marble, and on top you can read the inscription that says, "Poor, obedient, humble servant of God," and it shows the tools used for the Passion of Jesus: a cane, a whip, the crown of thorns, 3 nails, a hammer, and a pair of pliers. Now we get to the Chapel of the Virgin on the Rock. This statue was donated by someone in 1909, and it was first placed inside the crypt, and pilgrims come from all over the world to this statue to pray and offer flowers to the Virgin Mary. If you look closely on the wall, you can see that the walls are covered with little pieces of paper. These are the prayers that people write and leave on the wall for the intercession of the Virgin Mary. Now we make our way to the statue of Saint Joseph and the child Jesus. Saint André of Montreal found out about an ancient practice that consisted in using the oil of a lamp that was placed next to the image of Jesus to rub persons that were sick in order to pray for their healing. He adapted this practice and placed a burning lamp next to the statue of Saint Joseph and the child Jesus that was in the Notre Dame College, where he was a doorkeeper. When he started tending to the sick, he used to rub them with the oil of these lamps and encouraged them to rub themselves with the oil and pray to Saint Joseph to intercede for their health. As always, he insisted that Saint Joseph wasn't a fast remedy. This rubbing of the oil represented an act of love and faith. Now we're making our way to the original Saint Joseph Oratory. This is the original Oratory of St. Joseph. It started as 4 wooden walls in 1904. Then, in 1909, it became what you're seeing right now. And it was located at the top of the hill where the present-day Oratory was constructed. It was then moved here. On the inside, you can see the image of St. Joseph and the child Jesus, and many of the offerings people have made. Saint André used to live on the second floor of this chapel. Here you can see the stairs that led to the second floor. We're gonna go see the second floor now. This is where he lived. All the things you can see here are originals. This is exactly how Saint André used to live. I've always found very interesting that he had a tiny window to look down the chapel every day, at all times.